Hey there, welcome to After Story, where stories come to life. Sit back, enjoy, and improve your English as you listen. Every story brings a lesson, a new word, and a little inspiration. Let's dive in. Today's story is called I Will Start Tomorrow. It's a comforting lie we've all told ourselves at some point. A whisper in our minds that says, not now, maybe later, and it feels harmless in the moment. But what starts as a small delay soon turns into weeks, months, or even years. Before you know it, that thing you kept pushing away, it never happens at all. And here's the worst part. Every time you delay something important, you're not just putting off the task, you're damaging something much bigger, your trust in yourself. You start feeling like someone who can't follow through, someone who talks big but never acts. The longer this pattern continues, the harder it becomes to believe in your own potential. It creates a dangerous loop, one where you doubt yourself so much that you give up before you even start, not because you can't do it, but because you no longer trust that you will. But here's the truth. The only way to break that cycle is to start right now, not tomorrow, not after one more episode or 5 more minutes, not when you're in the right mood or when you feel ready. Because if you're waiting for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. And listen, you don't have to do everything at once. In fact, you shouldn't. The key is to start small, because often the hardest part isn't the task itself, it's the mental battle before you begin. The fear, the excuses, the voice in your head telling you, I'll do it later. That's what stops you, but once you push past that first step, everything gets easier. Imagine this. You've been putting off going to the gym for months. Each time you plan to go, you tell yourself you'll start next week. But one day, you decide to do something different. Instead of pushing it off again, you say, I'll just put on my shoes. That's all. No pressure to finish a full workout, just the simple act of putting on your shoes. Then you think, well, since I have my shoes on, I may as well walk outside. So you do, and soon you're halfway down the street, feeling better than you expected. The hardest part wasn't the walk. It was overcoming that voice in your head that tried to convince you not to start. But here's the part nobody tells you. Your mind will fight back. The moment you decide to start, that voice in your head will scream louder than ever. What if you fail again? What if it's too hard? What if you look stupid? That voice is fear. And fear will do everything it can to keep you stuck. But if you ignore that voice, if you push through those doubts, even just for a few minutes, you'll win. Not just over fear, but over yourself. And that's the ultimate victory. I remember hearing a story about a man named David. He wanted to become a writer for years, but kept putting it off. Every morning, he'd tell himself, I'll write tomorrow. Days turned into weeks, weeks into years, until one day, he found an old notebook filled with story ideas he'd written down years earlier, pages filled with dreams he'd abandoned. That night, David sat down at his desk, heart racing. He didn't know where to start, so he told himself, I'll just write one sentence. That's all. No pressure, no expectations, just one sentence. And that sentence turned into a paragraph, then a page, then two. Before he knew it, he was writing every night. 2 years later, David published his first book. The dream he'd once put off was now his reality, all because he stopped saying, I'll start tomorrow. I get it. Sometimes life feels overwhelming. Maybe you've convinced yourself that your goals are too big, or your dreams are out of reach. But the truth is, you don't have to climb the whole mountain today. Just take one step. And if that's all you manage to do today, that's still progress. Because here's the thing, your future self is waiting. That version of you who's stronger, wiser, and happier, they exist. But only if you start now. Every day you delay is one more day you keep that future self waiting. And trust me, they're counting on you. So the next time you find yourself saying, I'll start tomorrow, stop, pause, and tell yourself, no, I start now. Even if it's messy, even if you're tired, even if you're scared, start small if you have to, but start. Because when you prove to yourself that you can take action, no matter how small, you rebuild that trust in yourself. And once you have that trust, there's nothing you can't achieve. One day, you'll look back and realize that the thing you once dreamed, the thing you kept pushing away, is now the very thing that changed your life. It starts now. It starts with you, so get up and begin.